Hi and welcome. This is Penny Sansevieri with Author Marketing Experts, and today we're going to take a look at maximizing Goodreads, becoming a power user and getting more exposure there. So first off, the tip is brought to you by, obviously, Author Marketing Experts. There's my latest book, and here's how to contact us. So your number one goal on Goodreads is to get reviews. And why do you want to get a lot of reviews? Because reviews help to drive engagement. Um, Many of the books that have found their initial success on Goodreads and gone on later to do well commercially have done that using reviews. So that's something that we know does really well. And also, obviously, Goodreads is about reviews. It's about sharing books and sharing books with your friends, albeit your virtual friends. Their reviews are also syndicated through usatoday.com, e-commerce, and library sites. So a single review on Goodreads can really get you a lot of exposure. General rule of thumb, people like what other people like. So the more reviews that you're getting for your book, the more people are going to likely gravitate to it. Two main ways to get reviews, giveaways and networking. We're going to look today mostly at your profile and networking. And next, in our next session, we're going to look at how to do a really, really effective Goodreads giveaway. So first up, become a power user. Create a solid profile. I mean, this kind of goes without saying. On any of your social media sites, you should have a complete profile. Wherever you can add your blog feed, you should do that. Video. And your blog and adding blog in any kind of video that you have is pretty easy to do. You can just upload those links through your user profile. When you start with Goodreads, it's sort of similar to starting with Facebook and then going in getting a Facebook fan page. You have to start with a user profile, and then you can upgrade to an author page. And I have those links and many other links that I'm referencing in this presentation at the end of the talk. So don't worry about jotting any of this stuff down. Post excerpts of your book on your Goodreads page. People do want to be able to sample what you've written. Groups, and as I mentioned, the Goodreads giveaway, which we will talk about next time. First up, we're going to look at becoming a Goodreads groupie. And joining their groups. There are a ton of groups on Goodreads. I had the figure about a month ago, and I think it's, well, I know for a fact that it's definitely increased since then. So thousands and thousands of groups on Goodreads. Not all of them obviously are going to be worth your time. I recommend that you look for groups that are, that have activity, groups in your genre, things, and there are some marketing groups on there that are really helpful too. But remember that as you're joining a Goodreads group, this isn't just about you pushing your book to them. This is about participating, going to a networking, just like going to a networking function. There's also something called the Featured Author Group, which is loads of fun. So you can create a group with you being the featured author, and you would basically host the group. So you can make it a discussion around your book. You can make a discussion around the various topics in your book. Make sure that you make it as, I would say, as diverse as you can. It's not a problem at all to have a niche group, but you'll draw more attention if you have more general interests. So for example, if you've written a book that's historical fiction, you might want to do a historical fiction group. And I'm very positive that there are already groups like that, but you may want your featured author group to focus on a particular researching historical fiction, promoting historical fiction, and I think you'd be surprised how many people would join. It's a great way to promote your book, obviously, because you are the featured author. Couple of action items for groups. Always be helpful. Be helpful first, promote later. Some groups have freebie days. Meaning that they will let you promote your giveaway on their group. Some groups also have links to posting your book for review consideration. And you should just take a look at those, because when you join a group, you'll see different conversation tracks. So see what kind of tracks they have, and then just follow the guidelines. Participate in discussions and polls and different things, because the key to being successful in a Goodreads group is through discussion. I recommend that you stay positive. You're always going to find in a virtual community that people may start to get negative about something. I mean, it's okay to talk about an opinion if you used a service or something that wasn't that great as a cautionary statement, but I would by and large just really stay away from any kind of negativity because that'll just get you into trouble. News reads, news reads. Boy, I've been saying Goodreads for too long. Newsletters and Goodreads ads, and we're going to look at Goodreads ads the next time because they really do tie into the giveaway. But their newsletters are great, and I have two of them that are mentioned in the back of this presentation with all the links. There's an author newsletter, and it doesn't go out with any regularity, which is kind of a shame, but it is helpful. They'll have marketing ideas and things like that. I think it goes out maybe 4 times a year or so. I haven't seen it in a while, so we're probably just about due for one. And then there's the regular Goodreads newsletter, which does go out monthly, and it talks about promotion, books that are hot on Goodreads, and things like that. It's just kind of it may help to spark some ideas about what you can do when you start to look at some of the books that are getting some really great traction there. Okay. So let's take a look at your Goodreads action list. So now you have a profile, you've linked your video, you've got your blog. Now you don't necessarily have to be on there daily, but here's a weekly to-do list. And this is kind of a really good way just to sort of keep track because we all have a lot of going on and we all probably have a lot of different social media sites that we are working with. So once a week, you should add a new book to your bookshelves. Whatever, if you're reading it, you want to read it, something that maybe inspired you, write a review for a book. This is really important. The other thing that you can do too is if you've written a lot of Amazon reviews or reviews elsewhere, you can repurpose those and use those on Goodreads. Okay. So if you have a lot of reviews that you've done, feel free to post them there. And it's also helpful to the author too, because they do like to get that enhanced exposure on Goodreads too. Rating books is really easy. Star rating, 1 star, 5 star, whatever, really easy to do. Your blog post, you should be updating that weekly. Actually, just for optimization, you should be updating that twice a week. To get better traffic to your own website, but make sure that it's linked to your Goodreads account. If it's not, or if you don't have a blog, post an update on your Goodreads page because your Goodreads page also has a place where you can post an update on what you're doing. Just make it interesting. Post something useful for your readership. Activity is also really key. Post to groups weekly. Answer a question, offer advice, whatever you can do, answer a poll, whatever, just participate in groups. Again, you really want to get that exposure. Adding friends is another great way to network on Goodreads. I usually try to add between 1 and 5 friends every week, depending on, like sometimes I'll see people in the newsletter who've written, that I've written a book that I had never heard of that I want to connect with or whatever. Okay, so this is your Goodreads action list. So first up, you want to get your regular get a user profile and then upgrade it to an author profile. Now here's the link to the author profile. So that's where you go if you were already on Goodreads and you think, oh, I want to join their author program. That's where you're going to go. I wrote 2 articles on Huffington Post. So if you want to skip ahead to the giveaway post, it's on there as well. It's up on Huffington Post. And this video presentation is elaborated on in the first article that you'll see there. Links to the Goodreads newsletter, the author newsletter, the featured groups. And as a bonus, I wanted to give you guys 2 Goodreads groups that I just love. Both of these groups allow you to promote your giveaway, and they also have a link for posting your book for review consideration. So you can post information about your book, and then if somebody wants to review it, they will request it. Okay. Now, just in closing, I just want to say that it is really, people will sometimes ask for a free book and not necessarily review it. I mean, that's just, some people do just want a free book, but I find that actually not the norm on Goodreads. I mean, I think if people are requesting a book, they are going to review it. When we dig into the giveaway discussion, we're going to talk about numbers and how many reviews you can expect and things like that. But it's always good to get your book into the hands of somebody who may review it. And I think it's a great way to promote. The Goodreads groups are certainly a really fantastic way to do that. So, how to get in touch with us? You can reach us at info@amarketingexpert.com. We are at amarketingexpert.com, or you can give us a call. I want to thank you so much for sitting in on this short little Goodreads session. For more information, you can click onto those HuffPo links and read the longer articles. I will be posting the Goodreads giveaway, so stay tuned. This is Penny with Author Marketing Experts. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.